Docking request accepted.
Good morning, New Eden. Today is November 30th, 2025, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout, and my co-host is Nightflyer.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the show. Do a quick kind of breakdown, a wrap-up of what's been going on in faction warfare. There is I don't know, there's both a lot to talk about and not a whole lot to talk about. Seems a lot of the same old, but there's been some movement. Last week the insurgency was still down in the south, and that had a lot of impact to the war zone down there. We were having a lot of pushback in the Devon area, and we ended up losing Devonflit and Ibune.
Yeah, so we are being pushed back in the south, and that pirate insurgency definitely didn't help with efforts in the south. Haydai Lefts is being pulled back from from an abyss right now. We did take a battlefield just recently inside of Hades, and we were able to get some listening outposts put up, so that was kind of cool. So we are still fighting in Hade, but there is also a bunch of fighting that's happening in the north, and so the north is actually going pretty good. They were pushed back all the way to Alperain not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and in that time period that have taken this entire arm here, and as you can see, that is going very well for them. They've made it all the way to Aldernet. So Alternete is a central point inside of the battlefield here, or the war zone, that allows you to split the Nenemelia, OICX, Iha, and Ivalier side here to the Nenemelia, Hukukin, Akadagi kind of sections over here. And so that has been some good fighting up there. I have gone up there and just killed a raven, actually, just recently.
Nice.
They had a bunch of faction mods and stuff. They had a billion ISK shield booster that did not drop. But we've also been seeing a lot of Phantomite up in Aldernet as well. He's been stationed out of there with the Blue Canary. I'm seeing a lot of pirate action too over in the northern war zone here. Yeah, things have been going pretty steady for the combat, but we'll see how this defensive flexing is actually worth doing if and it's actually it's a bit of a chore to do, instead of the drop a random alt with nothing in them to do a large plex, an open plex. So I think it'll bring more ships to hunt in OSEC and in these front lines, and it'll also make it a lot harder to be defensive flexing outside of somebody's time zone, where it's you have to do a lot more in order to accomplish what you were able to do for system contestants, at least. Now, we'll probably influence people to want to do them more to get the LP for them too. So I think that kind of balances out a little bit.
Yeah, I have been looking at my LP wallet quite a bit lately, and we talk nonstop about the need to kind of update the LP store just because of that. I really wish something could be done with it. I said I've got one of my characters between the two has like well over 1 million. Actually, I can pull it up right now. Where's she at? But she's just spent a lot. No, she's still over 1 million. She is less because she is the one I usually use to buy like my faction ammo and update my drones and that kind of stuff. So, and she's sitting over 1 million.
Yeah, I've got 10 million right now. The corporation is over 20 million. Yeah, we're sitting on a lot of LP.
Yeah.
But what I'm kind of hoping for is faction carriers to come out at some point, and then we can make an insane amount of money by just selling as many of those BPCs as possible in the first couple days.
Yeah, with the hopes that the Galente one would be any good, or would it go the way of the Moros? I don't know.
I don't know. Thanatos is well known for being one of the better carriers, so
yeah. Yeah, so hopefully the faction version would carry that over. That'd be nice. I don't know. But yeah, I would like to actually get into some more of the like the Moros and things like that. Just kind of debating whether to build one. I'm like right on the brink. Obviously I've got enough of the blueprints that I've been kind of holding to see if the sale volume would kind of go up at all. But it's really not. But yeah, I mean, we don't use them all that often. But it'd be nice to kind of have a dreadnought sitting and hey, just for when the time comes.
Yeah, just when you need like
a docket, or one of those days you just want to screw around and find out. So, but would definitely be nice. Get into that. But yeah, I mean, it would be kind of nice to see a faction like Thanatos around. I've never flown a carrier, so
they're interesting. The way that the fighters are these days, comparatively to the old, basically just old drone system that they had of the old. Now they, have tubes and stuff like that you get to load, and it takes over the module section, so you have to have two. Like a breakout of that, or else you have to switch between the two. But yeah, so I think the main thing that we're going to take a look at here is, and I'll bring that up, is the Z-kill for the Galente. So I'm just going to do a refresh here, and I'll have that up on the screen here. So the Galente currently are showing that they have around 700 active characters. So if I switch that over to just kills, that turns to 483. So we have about 200 and some odd characters that die that never get onto kill mail, or haven't gotten onto kill mail in the last 7 days. So about 191 corporations that are involved in PvP and get on kills, 61 alliances, 223 different ships, 288 different systems that they've been active in 51 different regions. So that basically is the total, including enlistment and stuff like that. So a lot of that gets thrown off quite a bit. It all kind of depends. There's a couple of things that kind of throw those numbers off as well, with like NPCs and the like can be enlisted in this. But let's take a look at the top 10 characters here. Nightflyer, you want to bring us through the top 10 characters?
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of the common names here, though. Killer Rasta, 158. He's always up there. Blue Tudor, 126. Collier, 90. He's been kicking it.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of the northern fleet.
Oh, man. Catalaster, I was KT. 86 kills. I've actually flown with him quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, too. So, yeah, definitely puts in the man hours on that one. Pete Zaccaneris with 85. Tuxedo Max, 77. Heinrich Hertz with 76, followed by Tandros Creo was 75. Scrap Picker was 73. And Jacone Carnot Amadid, we'll go with that, was 70 in the top 10.
Yeah, so I do definitely know quite a few of these names. There are some new ones up there. Scrap Picker I've never heard of. Let's take a look at some of the newcomers here and see, are they zero? Oh, Ribbit, yeah, look at that. So that's going to be a bunch of Kukin, Vivalier, Aldernet, Bluetooth.
Check his.
I don't know that. That's another Ribbit. So yeah, a lot of these are Ribbit in the top 10 here. I know Killer Rasta is Ribbit.
Where's Search? Here's Search.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in the top 10. It's almost Ribbit here. Oh, Wrecking Crew with Pete is in there. Tuxedo, I don't think is Ribbit. Nope, Initiative. That's right. Yep, one of our enlisted. Right. Hendrix, of course, belonging to Ribbit. So,
Scrap Picker's got to be somebody's. Scrap Picker's got to be somebody's alt because he's only got maybe like what 90, like 100 days in the game. So
yeah, well,
to kind of be to that level. But no, good for him, and always appreciate
really
it. Come fly with good guys and kill.
And that's one of the reasons why we're kind of going over to 0.0 as well, is because Ribbit has done such a good job of building a really strong alliance here in Galente, and it's one of the most dominating for sure at this point, and it's single-handedly taking the north basically. So let's take a look at the top 10 corporations, which a lot of these you will notice will be in Ribbit. So we've got the Frog Pond, of course, at 416 kills. Battletoad Brigade at 332 kills. Genstar Reloaded at 305 kills. Death Metal Frogs at 259 kills. Federal Defense Union at 221 kills. Fliet Pizza Delivery at 97 kills. Cool Beans Incorporated at 95 kills. Hungry at 91 kills, Noir at 91 kills, and Belt Raider Incorporated at 88 kills.
Yeah, it's good to see Noir back up on the top 10 list. I know they were out of faction warfare for a little while, so to see them to kind of enlist and kind of get back into it is pretty cool. We used to fly with those guys quite a bit. And it's good to see them back in and around the war zone. So we're glad to have them.
Yeah, and you can see that top alliances for the Galente right now, Ribbit really showing the dominance as a full alliance, because even as a corporation, they're battling amongst themselves. I don't think Genstar is also part of, so the top 4, I want to say 4, right? Yep, the top 4 corporations are all fighting with each other in being fairly close, give or take, in the amount of kills that they've got. And then Ribbit just really blows it away at 785 kills compared to Pandemic Horde at 195. That's interesting that Pandemic Horde has so many.
Yeah, still.
Because you don't see any of them in the top 10 killers. So they must be around doing some things, but I think that there's people that are enlisted doing, and I'm surprised to even see that on the board at all. Just given maybe they're pivoting to come over to faction warfare. So.
Yeah, interesting. That's all right. I bet they show up on the Caldari top 10 too. Let me take a look. Frat.
Oh yeah, did they come up?
No, but the initiative is, so that's fun.
They
are in the top alliance. They're number 4 with 403 kills. So that is funny.
Yeah. So Pandemic Horde coming in second, 195. Shadow Cartel at 170 Kills Initiative at 133, Up Essence at 102, Wrecking Machine at 96, Quaff Liberation Front at 96, Werfor at 86, Militia Consortium at 55, and Sigma Grind set. Grid set. Grind. Whatever. Yeah, let's take us through the top ships, though.
Oh, well, of course, one of our favorites, the Federation Navy Comet with 292. Got a couple of Rats in second and third. Catalyst Navy issue in fourth at 188. Fifth is another Rat. And then Executor Navy with 169, sorry.
Slasher. All Galente Navy ships. I do have to say that we do.
Yeah, until we get to the Slasher at 163. That's interesting. Good tackle ship. Galente Sentry guns. I don't know how the Imperial Navy Slicer. Well, I guess we use the Slicer quite a bit too. In the 9th position at 151, and the Ulman Navy issue 150. So, yeah, I know we've been using the Ulman Navy issues a lot with the some of the battlefields and some of the contestants of the other things going on in faction. I know it's been being used a lot up north too, so it's a good ship. And Noir, we used to fly them in Noir all the time. Yeah. They're just very versatile. I think they do a lot. Well, before they're
better kiters than the ENI for sure now.
Yeah, they give you a better range. So better range and better. They don't put out quite the damage, but it depends. But usually the way we were fitting them, pound for pound, they suited our needs better.
And then top systems that you want to be in if you want to find some action. Aldernete at 453. Hey Dyleth at 343. Vivalier at Vilvalier at 181. Liet at 144. So those are, the north and the south right there. That's two for the north,
2 in the north,
for the
2 in the south.
Yep. Lakalamad at 111. Athunin at 107, Tantalin at 81, which I don't know what this other one is. Liturira? What the fuck? Why did this happen? Yeah, that's in Lone Trek.
Well,
it's a 0.5 system. Something must have fucking went down here. This must have been where there might have been a pirate incursion.
I don't even know where it's at. Or do you have it on the map?
Renorel and then Abenol.
Yeah, the north is, like I said, they've been fighting really hard up north, which is funny because they are taking a lot of that Athunin, which had the jump bridge, and that whole arm up there. But for the first time in a long time, Abenol has actually been flipped, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of weird to see of those 5 bottom in that little pocket, like 2 of them dropping. They hold those up north quite a bit, and then of course they hit the brick wall, which is OICX.
OICX EHA are well known for being able to be protected. Although I don't see them living there really strongly when we do stuff like this, but they've always deplexed it. They're very good at keeping those deplexed. That's all that I have for today. I think we're going to possibly have a short episode. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about before we wrap things on up?
No, just hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I know not a lot of people outside of the United States celebrate Thanksgiving, but even if you don't, always a good idea to take a day to eat too much and be thankful that you can do that.
Right. Oh wow, we're down to 1%. Or we have 1% advantage finally in Hey Dyleth. Look at that.
Awesome. Let's keep it up. Keep up the push.
All right. Well,
Fight.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming on Night Flyer, and have a great night.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.